Welcome back, everyone. If you're curious about what truly drives human potential, well, you are definitely in the right place today. In this explainer, we're unpacking a stark, incredibly powerful framework called Rise Beyond, the Manifesto of Discipline. And look, this isn't about some vague, feel-good inspiration. No, it's a hard-hitting look at how our raw daily choices, the ones we make when no one is looking, literally write our ultimate outcomes. So let's explore these concepts together and see how they build the absolute foundation for success.
Okay, let's dive into this. Before we look at anything else, I want you to take a second and genuinely reflect on the trajectory of your current habits. Seriously, ask yourself, are your daily choices writing a future you will actually be proud of? This manifesto thrusts us right into the emotional core of the material. It doesn't give us the luxury of just coasting through the present moment. It demands that we ask ourselves, right here, right now, if what we're doing today is actually pointing us toward a reality we truly want to live in.
The source text kicks off with this quiet, intimate gravity. Every choice you make today is writing your future. And this brilliantly illustrates a vital concept. The future isn't some distant event that just magically happens to you. It's a present tense construction. You're holding the pen right now. Every single decision, no matter how microscopic it might feel in the moment, is a sentence in the story of who you are going to become.
Let's look at the mechanics of how that story gets written. Section 1, the power of choice, the daily dichotomy.
The text presents us with a fascinating, totally unavoidable binary. On one side, every excuse makes you weaker. On the other side, every action makes you stronger. Now, what's really interesting about this is how it leaves absolutely zero middle ground. There is no neutral territory here. According to this manifesto, you literally can not just tread water. In every single moment of friction in your day, you're either actively deteriorating your potential by making an excuse, or you're actively reinforcing it by taking action. It's a stark, zero-sum game of personal development. So, if we accept that every choice carries that kind of heavy weight, how do we actually move from theory to practice? That brings us to Section 2, the path of discipline, the reality of achievement.
The text makes this incredibly clear, and it's a line that deserves some real, deliberate attention. The life you dream about will never come by accident. It will come through discipline. This entirely wipes the concept of luck right off the table. It strips away that comfortable illusion that success is just a winning lottery ticket. The source is telling us point blank that your dream life requires intense intentionality. It's a structure that has to be built brick by grueling brick through strict, unrelenting discipline. Let's move to and see how this builds in practice. What does that discipline actually look like? Well, the text outlines 3 specific, harsh demands. Step 1, wake up when it's hard. Step 2, work when you don't feel like it. Step 3, train when your body wants to quit. You know, these aren't just polite suggestions for when you're feeling super motivated. These are the strict requirements for when you have absolutely zero motivation. The manifesto frames these painful, highly uncomfortable moments not as obstacles, but as the exact, necessary steps for ultimate success.
Engaging in those difficult steps fundamentally changes a person. Let's look at Section 3, Forging a Champion, the Crucible of Success.
The text justifies all of that previous pain with one simple sentence, because that's where champions are made. It highlights that this crucible, this harsh environment of doing what is incredibly difficult, especially when you least want to do it, is the absolute only forge that creates true champions. You don't become a champion on the easy days, right? You elevate yourself above the average entirely based on how you navigate those moments when your mind and your body are literally screaming at you to quit.
But putting in that kind of grueling effort isn't just a one-time transaction. Moving on to Section 4, the reward of consistency, the world's requirement.
The source provides a very clear, uncompromising rule for reality. The world rewards people who keep showing up. It states incredibly clearly that sporadic effort goes completely unnoticed. The world frankly does not care about your little bursts of weekend enthusiasm. The world exclusively compensates those who possess a relentless, undeniable consistency.
And the text builds this brilliant rhythm here to dismiss any illusions we might still be holding on to. Showing up is required not once, because one-off victories, they mean absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of this manifesto.
Not twice. We are knocking down the entire concept of short-term streaks here. A temporary spike in motivation is entirely insufficient for the kind of massive rewards the text is talking about.
Every single day. So the crucial point is that absolute daily dedication is the only metric that matters. It's the daily compounding of effort, day after day, without exception, that eventually forces the world to yield to your ambitions.
We've covered the actions and the consistency required. Now we face the final hurdle. Section 5, Your Future is Watching, the ultimate ultimatum.
This timeline directly bridges the gap between your current actions and your future state. Look at today. The decision is entirely yours. Nobody else can make it for you. But step forward to exactly 1 year from now. The text states you're going to experience one of two emotions, gratitude or regret. The bridge connecting today to that future is built entirely out of your daily discipline, and the burden of this decision rests completely on your shoulders.
This demands that you confront a pretty stark reality. Will you thank yourself or regret the choices you made today? I want you to really think about the person you'll be 365 days from now. Are they looking back at what you did today with immense gratitude for your hard work? Or are they looking back with a heavy, sinking feeling of regret because you made excuses?
The manifesto personifies this concept with a quiet, intense challenge. Your future is watching. Make it proud. Your future self isn't some distant stranger. It's an active observer of your present discipline. They are watching you right now. And they are relying entirely on you to make the difficult choices today so that they can actually live the dream you're building.
Finally, the manifesto leaves us with this lingering, commanding quote, "Start today, never stop, rise beyond." It urges immediate, unrelenting action. Because, look, all this knowledge about how choices shape the future, it's utterly useless without application. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I leave you with this final provocative thought. The ink is in your hands, and the next page of your life is entirely blank. What exactly are you going to write today?